Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to go from the regular Dash to the upgraded version, Dash V2. Firstly, you're going to want access to the Snow Castle, which to get access to the Snow Castle, you need to at least grind to level 75. This is where at the end of the Snow Castle, you'll meet someone named the Alchemist. He'll be at the end, right outside of the dungeon. He will tell you that you need 5 air orbs, 5 evil tribes, 2 evil amulets, and 12 lunar shards, as well as 100,000 gold. And I'll show you how to get each and every single one of those. So to start off, you're going to want 100,000 gold. That's going to be the easiest part. And it's likely you'll already have 100,000 by the time you get to level 75. So don't worry too much about getting the gold, because by the time you get to level 75, you'll probably already have 100,000 gold. But just in case you don't, this is a great spot to get gold. It is right here in the sell loot, as well as just doing normal dungeons. Each dungeon you do gives you a little bit of loot as well, or a little bit of gold and loot, as well as the enemies that you kill will also drop gold. So that's the best way to get gold. And again, as well as just sell excess loot that you're not using. Obviously, don't sell stuff that you want to keep. To make sure you don't sell stuff you want to keep, you can lock it as well. You do that just by clicking on an item that you wouldn't want to sell, click lock. As simple as that to get the gold. That's going to be the easiest part though. Next, to get the air orbs, you're going to want to come into here. You're going to need gems for this part. And you're going to need to summon when the summons in here are correct. So what you're going to be looking for is this one right here. This is air. So you're going to want to open these when it's air, and you're going to want to get 5 of them. When you've gotten 5, you don't need to roll it anymore. And to do this, you're going to need to get gems. Getting gems, real easy. You can get them right here from this AFK spot. This is a great way to do it if you're going to go somewhere, maybe go to bed, go to work, go to school, whatever. You can come here, set yourself AFK. When you come back, you'll have a little bit of gems. Or you can also follow me up here. This sus vampire right here will also sell you orbs. You can buy a random element for 93,000. It'll be less or more depending on your level, and don't buy these orbs if you don't have that much money, because remember, you're going to need 100,000 just to give to the Alchemist to get Dash V2. So don't make sure not to spend too much money here. But if you have extra gold, might be worth it to try to get it. Like right here, I got the Earth Orb. So I'll just pop that in my inventory. But you, in this case, would need 5 air orbs. And like I said, best way to do that, save up gems. You can also get gems by doing these quests. These are the best way to get gems. The second best way would be the AFK. So if you've done all your quests and you've gotten as many gems as you can, maybe consider going AFK. But it's as simple as that, as getting air orbs. Just open these when you see this one right here. Lunar Shards are also pretty hard. You've got to do challenges. So for this one, you got to be a minimum of level 45 to even enter challenges. But challenges will be very hard at level 45. So you probably won't be able to do them until you're a little more powered, or if you have a good element. But the best way to get Lunar Shards is waiting for the challenge to be Ancient Tomb, because that one's the easiest and it also has the most enemies in it. And how Lunar Shards work is each time you kill an enemy in a challenge, they have a chance of dropping a Lunar Shard. So if you want to get Lunar Shards, the best way to do it is just wait for the challenge in here, right here, to be Ancient Tomb. When it's Ancient Tomb, do it, save up 12 Lunar Shards, and then that's one of the items you'll need to give to the Alchemist. I loaded in as well, killed a few enemies. I'm actually right by spawn. There's spawn over there. And probably in the first 10 enemies I killed, I got a Lunar Shard right here. It's as easy as that, and that is what they'll look like on the ground. Make sure to pick them up, because if you don't pick them up, you'll miss it. As well as if you're doing this with a friend, just be sure that like you're finishing the enemies, because whoever kills the enemy will get the drop. So if you need the lunar shards, make sure your friend's not just like wiping all the enemies or whatever, because you're gonna have to finish the enemies to get the lunar shard. So yeah. The next part of Dash V2 that we're gonna get is going to be evil amulets. Evil amulets are a little harder to get than anything else in this video thus far, because what you need to do is you need to go to jungle, you need to go to hardcore, and you need to wait for it to be a blood moon. Now, it only has a 5% chance to be a blood moon. So each time you load into hardcore, there's only a 5% chance that it'll be a blood moon. And you'll know it's a blood moon when the sky and your entire screen will turn this eerie type of red. I'll throw a clip of it, but you'll know it's a blood moon when you see that. And then when you see that, you're going to be looking for a purple enemy. He should be going red. Yeah, he'll have this red aura on him. When you see the enemy during the blood moon with a red aura, you're going to want to kill that enemy and he'll drop you the amulet. You're going to need to get 2 of those. So you may have to run this a lot of times. But don't worry, you don't have to run it all the way through. Here is what I do. I simply load into it. I kind of clear the first floor. I go a little bit into the second phase or floor, whatever you want to call it. And I see if my screen's turned that eerie red. If my screen is not turned that eerie red, it's like right here, I'll show you. I just wipe these enemies. I go on to the next floor. I kind of give it a second. I'll walk around. You see my screen still hasn't turned red. So I'm like, okay, it's probably not a blood moon. Then I leave dungeon. You're going to want to keep doing this until you get the blood moon. So as you can see, I'm a little out of spawn right here. This took me about 3 attempts to get, so I think I got kind of lucky. But this is what your screen will look like when you're in a blood moon. For the last part of the Dash V2, you're going to need 5 evil drives. These evil drives will be in small little distinct chests. They'll be like a purplish color, I believe, maybe a pink. I can't see them anymore because I've already gotten them, but I'll throw up a picture of them on the screen here now. Yeah, you're just going to need to get 5 of these. The very first one, when you spawn in, it will be in the main area. What you're going to do is this is where you'll spawn. So you're going to walk up here. You're going to come around to this building right here. You're going to come around behind it. And the chest should be somewhere around back here, like up against this wall. You're going to open up that chest and you'll have the first evil drive. For the second and third evil drive, you can get them both in one go. You're going to want to load back into the jungle where you just got the evil amulets. And you're going to want to go to the spot that I show you. Back in these gems will be the next one. It'll be somewhere around here. I forget precisely where, but it'll be a little chest and a distinct color. This is not it, by the way. It's just a random chest, like a normal chest for loot. The one you're going to be looking for will be somewhere around here. The next one on this map is going to be right back here. Should be somewhere behind this building. Little chest. And that'll be the only 2 for the jungle. After you're done with that, you can complete this and we'll move on to the next. For the 4th one, you're going to want to load into Snow Castle and you are going to want to go where I go. Now, finally, for the 4th chest, it's going to be right up here on this throne. It'll be sitting right like in this corner. You're going to want to pick that up, and that will be the 4th Evo Drive. For the 5th and final Evo Drive, you're going to need to go back to Ancient Tomb. And you might be wondering why I left Ancient Tomb for the last one. That's because this is the hardest one. Because Ancient Tomb's maps are set up in a way that each time you go into a room, it's random. So like the next room that set comes up is completely random. So each time you load an Ancient Tomb, it might be a little different. You're going to be looking for a very specific room in the Ancient Tomb. So you need to keep reloading Ancient Tomb until you get this room, and I will show you what it looks like here. This is the room you're going to be looking for. So you're going to come in here. Once you've gotten this room, clear the enemies, or do what you have to do to make a safe down here. And the chest that you're going to be looking for is going to be off to this left side of the staircase. It's not always here, though. So if you get this room and you don't see the chest there, that means you need to run it again until you get this room again and the chest is there. It's only a % chance, and I believe it's like a 20% chance that the chest is there. So you need to run this dungeon until you, 1, get this room to show up, and 2, get the chest to show up. So you're probably going to need to run it a lot. Personally, what I did is I waited for Ancient Tomb to be the challenge so I could get both the Lunar Shards and go for this last chest at the same time. But it doesn't really matter what order you do it in. You're going to need to probably run this a bunch. At least my friend who did this, he had to run this like a million times before he got this room and the chest that was in it. So this is probably going to be the longest part of the entire grind, is getting this last Evo Drive. But once you have it, that means you should have now everything you need. And we can go on to actually getting the ability. So now that you've cleared snow again, you're going to want to come back to the Alchemist. Kite this Ice Wizard down, away. Come up these stairs and talk to him again. He'll give you some dialogue. It won't be this. It'll be different dialogue. You'll give him all the things you've collected in this tutorial. And he will give you Dash V2. Dash V2 is a life changer. It makes clearing dungeons so much easier. It makes getting away from enemies easier. It makes doing everything easier. And yeah. So if you like the video, like and subscribe for more daily content. And maybe consider watching my other video on how to get the other movement ability, which is the double jump, which goes amazingly with Dash V2. So yeah.